Om Shanti. This is the Sakarmali of Tuesday, the 6th of August 2019. The essence is, sweet children, continue to imbibe knowledge, Gyan ki dharna, and by the end, Ant, you will be equal to the Father Bapsaman and have digested Hazan all the Father's strength. Saritaka question. With the awareness of which pair of words should it be of King Doshada? Can you become spinners of the discus of self-realization? Can you become Swadarshan Chakradari? The answer is rise and fall, Utan and Patan, Satupradhan and Tamopradhan, the temple of Shiva and the brother Shivalaya and Vaishalaya. If you have these pairs of words in your awareness, you will become spinners of the discus of self-realization. You children now have understood knowledge accurately. Yatat Triti. There is no knowledge on the path of devotion. They simply continue to tell you things to please your heart, to make your dil khush. The path of devotion, the Bhatima, is the path to please your heart. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to you, sweetest spiritual children. The Father says to you, children, you are so elevated. This is a play of the rise and fall, a kill of Utan and Patan. It is now in your intellects that you were so elevated and pure, Pavitra. You have now become so low, Nich. You go in front of the deities and say you are high and we are low. Previously, you didn't know that. You are the ones who become the highest on high, Uch the Uch, and then the lowest of the low. The Father now tells you, sweetest children, you were so elevated and pure, and you have now become so impure. Those who are impure and are said to be high, that is called the viceless world. Your kingdom existed there, and you are now establishing that again. The Father simply gives you a signal, Ishara. You are the residents of the highest temple of Shiv, the golden age. Then, after half the cycle of taking birth after birth, you fell into vice and became impure and vicious. You remained vicious for half the cycle, and you now have to become viceless and satopradhan. You just have to remember two words. This is now the Tamopradhan world. Lakshmi and Narayan are signs of the Satopradhan world. It is a matter of 5,000 years your kingdom was in the Satopradhan Bharat. Bharat was the very highest, and it is now the lowest. It has taken you 84 births to become vicious from viceless. Although your degrees continue to decrease, there too it will still be said to be completely viceless. Sri Krishna will be said to be completely viceless, Sampurna Nirvikari. He was beautiful and has now become ugly. You are sitting here, and so it should remain in your intellects that you were the masters of the world of Shivalaya. There were no other religions, there was just our kingdom, and then it decreased by due degrees. The degrees gradually decreased and became 2 degrees lower in the Silver Age. You later became vicious and dirty, while gradually falling. This is called the vicious world. People continue to choke in the river of poison, in the Vishavaita. There you used to live in the ocean of milk, in Shiv Sagar. You have now understood the history and geography of the world, and also the story of your 84 births. We were viceless when we were in their kingdom. There was the pure kingdom, and that was called full heaven. Then in the Silver Age, it became semi-heaven. You had this in your intellects. The Father Himself comes and explains to you the secrets of the beginning, middle, and end of the world. Raz of the Adi, Bhagya, and Ant of the Srishti. Ravan came in the middle period. At the end, this vicious world is to be destroyed. Then, in order to go back to the beginning, you have to become pure. Consider yourselves to be souls and constantly remember me alone. Do not consider yourselves to be bodies. You promised on the path of devotion, Baba, when you come, I will belong to you alone. वायदा किया था बाबा आप आएंगे तो हम आपके बनेंगे. So speak to the Father. Krishna is not the Father. Only incorporeal Shiv Baba is the Father of souls. You receive a limited inheritance from a limited Father, and Bharat receives the unlimited inheritance from the unlimited Father. This is why the Golden Age is called Shivalaya. Shiv Baba came and established a deity religion. It should always be remembered. It is a matter of happiness. We are now going back to Shivalaya once again. When someone dies, people say that that person has gone to heaven. However, no one really goes there. All of those things are lies of the path of devotion to make your hearts happy. You are the ones who will truly go to heaven. There are no diseases there. You remain constantly cheerful there. Sadea, the Father makes everything so simple that it is as though He explains to little children no matter where you live outside, you can claim a status. Purity is the first and main thing in this. Let your food and drink be pure. Do people ever offer bog of cigarettes or tobacco to the deities? Do they ever offer bog of eggs or tobacco, etc., in front of the grounds? They consider the grounds to be sacred, as though it is the body of Guru Govind. They have so much regard for the grounds. Sikhs consider that to be as sacred as the body of their Guru. However, Guru Nanak did not sit and write the Granth. Nanak simply incarnated. The number of Sikhs grew and they later wrote the Granth, etc. After the one, many then continued to come into the Sikh religion. Previously, the Granth used to be very small and was handwritten. They now consider the Gita to be a form of Krishna, just as there is the Granth of Guru Nanak, so the Gita of Krishna is remembered. They continue to say, God Krishna speaks. Krishna Bhagwan watch. That is called ignorance, agyan. Only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, has knowledge. Salvation is only received through the Gita. Only the Father has that knowledge. There is day through knowledge and night for devotion. The Father now says souls have to be made pure, so effort has to be made for that. Such powerful storms of Maya come, but this knowledge completely flies away. You are not then able to speak knowledge to others. Last, the first vice harasses you a great deal. It is that takes time. Actually, it is a matter of liberation in life, Jivan Mukti. in just a second. As soon as a child is born, he becomes a master. You recognized that Shiv Baba had come, and you claimed your right to the inheritance. The Gita was sung by Shiv Baba. He himself said, "Constantly remember me alone. Maneka yad karo." I enter this ordinary body. Krishna is not ordinary. When he takes birth, there is lightning all around. BG chamak dihe. There is a lot of impact, and this is why Sri Krishna is remembered even today. However, scriptures, etc., belong to the path of devotion. In English, they are called philosophy. Only the spiritual father can give spiritual knowledge. He himself says, "I am your spiritual father. I'm the ocean of knowledge." You children are studying with the father. You're also imbibing knowledge. And at the end, you will become like the father. Everything depends on how much you imbibe. You will develop that strength by having remembrance of the Father. Remembrance is called the bar of sharpness. Yad is called Johad. There is also a difference in swords. One sword can be bought for 100 rupees, and another can be bought for 3 to 4,000 rupees. Baba is experienced in this. A lot of regard is given to swords, talwars. So much regard is given to the sword of Guru Gobind. You children also need to have the strength of Yogbal. There also has to be power in the sword of knowledge, Johar, in Gyan Kalvar. Only when there is that power will people understand quickly. You continue to make effort according to the drama. The more you remember the Father, the more your sins will be cut away through that remembrance. The purifier Father is showing you methods, yuktis. He will then come after a cycle and give you knowledge in the same way. He will make this one renounce everything and make him his chariot. You children experienced such a pull there that you all came running. There is that attraction of the Father. Now, you also have to become complete like that. You will become that number wise. Of course, a kingdom is being established. A Rajdhani is being Satpan. You have understood the word cycle, the Srishti Chakra, from the beginning of the Golden Age to the end of the Iron Age. It is now the confluence age. The Father definitely has to come to make you pure. Pure means Satopradhan. Alloy has gradually continued to be mixed into you. Now, how can that alloy be removed? When souls are real, the jewelry is also real. That is, the bodies are beautiful. When souls become false, the bodies too become impure. Even this one used to bow down and pray before knowledge. He used to keep a very big oil painting of Lakshmi and Narayana Gandhi. He would remember that one with a lot of love. He didn't remember anyone else. If his thoughts wandered anywhere else outside, he would slap himself. Why is the mind wandering? Man baat ko dihe. Why do I not receive a vision? He was on the path of devotion, but when he did have a vision of Vishnu, he didn't become Narayan. Effort definitely has to be made. The aim and objective is standing just ahead. The one whose non-living images, Jajitra, have been created, used to exist in the living form. In Chaitanya, the Father has come to make you pure. He changes you from an ordinary man, Nal, into Narayan. You too used to be in that kingdom. You are now making effort once again to become like that. and so you have to follow them very well. Brahma is not called a deity, to call Vishnu a deity is okay. People don't know anything. They say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. No, whose guru is Vishnu? They continue to call everyone a guru. They say salutations to the Supreme Soul Shiv, Shiv Paramatma Namaha. They call this one a guru and that one the Supreme Soul. And that Father is the greatest of all. We are learning this from him in order to teach it to others. Whatever the Satguru explains to you, you then explain that to others. You will not say that your Guru is your father and teacher. No. Therefore, you should have all of this knowledge in your intellects. We were in Sivalaya and we are now in the brothel, Vaishalaya. We now have to go to Sivalaya once again. Although they say that they merged into the Brahm element, Brahm Tattva, that the light merged into the light. Jyoti Jyotsamaya. Souls are imperishable. Each one of you has your own part recorded in you, all of your actors, and you have to play your own parts. Those can never be erased. All the souls of the whole world have to play their parts. It is as though shooting is taking place in you. However, this eternal shooting has already taken place. The history and geography of the world repeat. This is a wonderful star that is sparkling in the fourth center of the forehead. The beach Samakta, a wonderful sitara. It has never erased. Kabhi stanahi. Previously you did not have this knowledge. Wonder of the world. Your hearts become happy on hearing the word heaven. It isn't the golden age now. It is now the iron age. Therefore, rebirth also takes place in the Iron Age. You'll definitely have to go there, but impure souls cannot go there. Your children are now becoming pure with the power of yoga. Only God the Father establishes the pure world, and Ravan makes it into hell. This is visible. People burn an effigy of Ravan. They say that that has continued eternally, but Anali but no one knows when it began. Because they speak of hundreds of thousands of years, it cannot be divided into half and half. They say that the Iron Age is to last for 40,000 years. So people are in extreme darkness. It is very difficult for them to awaken from the sleep of ignorance. Agyani. They just do not wake up. It is now the confluent age when the Father comes and shows you the way to become pure. When you become pure, the pure world will be established, and this impure world will be destroyed. The world is now so large. In the golden age, the world will be very small. You now definitely have to conquer Maya and become pure. The Father says, Maya is very powerful. It is in your becoming pure that she causes many obstacles. You maintain courage to become pure, but just look at the condition that Maya makes you become. She punches you and knocks you down. So everything you had earned is finished. You then have to make a lot of effort. Some fall and then don't even show their faces. So they cannot claim such a high status. Left has to be made. You should not fail. This is why some even have a pure marriage. Sannyasis say that it is impossible for a couple to get married and remain pure. The Father says it is impossible. It is possible because there is a lot of attainment. If you become pure in this one final birth, you will receive a kingdom in heaven. Can you not remain pure in this one word for such a huge attainment? Children say, Baba, we will definitely remain pure. Six still wear a bracelet purity. There is no need to dye a thread, etc. here. This is a matter of the intellect. But Father says, constantly remember me alone. Daughters relate knowledge to many, but it doesn't sit in the intellects of those important people. The father says, first of all, explain to them very clearly. All of these are the children of Prajapita Brahma. We are receiving the inheritance from Shiv Baba. We have to become pure from impure. The father now says, constantly remember me alone. No one else can say this. First of all, you have to make this sit in their intellects. Bharat was viceless and it is now vicious. So how can it become viceless again? God speaks, Bhagwan watch. Constantly remember me alone. That is all. Even if you just say this much, that is great fortune. However, you won't be able to say even this much, you will forget. Baba explained that the Father has carried out the inauguration, Udgatan, and the two instruments are doing the rest. The foundation has been laid, but service stations are now being inaugurated. This is something that applies to the Gita. It also says in the Gita, O child, conquer lust, and you will become the conqueror of the world for 21 births. Hey बच्चों, तुम काम पर जीत तो ऐसे ही जागा जीत एक जीत समूह के लिए. Even if you don't become this, at least explain to others. There are many who uplift others, but they don't. They fall down themselves. Lust is greatest enemy. Come is the Mahashakti. It makes you fall right down to the gutter. Only the children who conquer lust will become conquerors of the world. Come, Hachi. To the sweetest loved belong long lost now from children love, remembrance and good morning from mother, father, Dada. The spiritual father say namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say the essence of dharna. The first point, keep all your attainments in front of you. In this final birth, Antim Jana, and definitely become pure, Pavan. Do not be defeated by the obstacles of Maya. Maya ki vigna. Second, keep your aim and objective in front of you, and make full effort. Pura Purusharth. Just as Father Brahma made effort and changed from an ordinary man into Narayan, so follow him and become seated on the throne. Gagvinashin, make effort to make the soul Satu Pradhan the blessing. Vardhan is, may you have pure and positive thoughts for yourself and for others, and transform negative into positive. May you have pure and positive thoughts, Sukhchintan, for yourself and for others, and transform negative into positive. The explanation, in order to remain constantly powerful, Sada Samarth, simply remember two things. Have pure and positive thoughts for yourself and for others. Sumchintan and Shumchitak. With pure and positive thoughts for yourself, you can transform negative into positive. Having pure and positive thoughts for yourself is connected to having pure and positive thoughts for others. If there are no pure and positive thoughts for yourself, you cannot have pure and positive thoughts for others. Pay attention to both of this at the present time because there are so many problems and people cannot understand you through just words. So use your pure and positive thoughts and give them vibrations, and they will then change. The slogan is play with the jewels of knowledge, virtues and powers, not with mud. Play with jewels of knowledge, Gyan Ratna, virtues and powers, Vuljan Saktis, not with mud, not with Miti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti.